on YouTube. All right, let me try this again and see if it will let me do a live video sideways. See if it will let me do a live video sideways. So what is the problem here? So maybe, does anyone know? Do I have to do it up and down? Hello, more on YouTube. Hello. And Facebook is a pain in the butt. All right, we'll just leave it. It's been a minute, so I'm trying to figure out all these things since I've done a live video for yoga. So I'm trying to give everyone the best view and go from there. All right, let's see. It's crooked. Okay, Facebook, you're done. All right, Instagram, last one, and we will get started. Oh, that's nice. How about just hello there. How are you? We are live from Zen Appeal, about to do some yoga. I think I have all my devices up and going. Let me situate this thing and we are good to go. I'm just going to put it on here. Okay, so let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Everyone can see me. Okay, good. Okay, let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to Zen Appeal, located inside Zen Appeal. As you can see, nothing has changed. I still have this brown wall. Eventually, I want to brighten up the room, but it just hasn't happened yet. You know how it goes. Anyway, so we are going to do a nice morning practice, 60 minutes or so, and I have a watch to help us take time. So anyway, if you are ready, you have your mat set up, maybe a couple of blocks if you have something like that, or maybe some books for the hands if you don't have blocks. Maybe just skip it since books are a little awkward to work with. So anyway, come down to sitting. We'll find a comfortable sit. I like to take a sukhasana, which is just one leg in front of the other. And then checking in with our spine today. We check in with the expansion of the rib cage. We check in with our legs, our shoulders, our arms, the hands, the feet. What is going on with you today? We check in with our minds, who is here. And we are simply moving from a place of observation. Just notice, name, that is all. After you have observed all that's there, find the breath. Each breath has two waves. Inhale and exhale. Each wave brings different sensations, also different intentions. Stay with the waves of your breath. And notice how after each full breath, you start to change. Whatever body and mind you came with when you sat down, you are slowly moving into more calm and relaxation. And it's really not that slow. Just a few breaths and you notice the change. We will begin practice with the auspicious sound of Om. Prayer hands at the Anjali Mudra. Deep breath. For morning. Again, breathe. No. Again, breathe. The setting of the sun. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Let's find Shavasana. Let's get moving all the way back. So resting flat on our spines, back of our body completely grounded to the earth. The face is soft. Interlacing the fingers above the head. Push the palms to the crown of the head and beyond. Let the length move down through the toes, the feet, the legs, spread out the toes, point the foot, flex the foot. Pull knees into the belly. Wrap the arms around the legs. Shifting a little bit side to side. Taking twist to the right, release the arms, let the legs fall to the right. Left side, up and over. Coming back over to the right, maybe we change the legs. The legs go straight. Left side, same shape. Legs straight. Coming back to center. We'll take one more twist, but we change the legs. So we'll let the right leg go down to the earth straight if you can. Let the left knee or extended leg move to the right. If you move knee, it's deeper twist. If you move straight leg, it's an IT band stretch, hamstring stretch, but still with twist. And you can take a little bit of both. So today I don't have any music for you. We have the sound of the air conditioner and hopefully the sound of my voice. I'll try to do better as we go along. Coming back to center, we'll shift into the same shape for left side. So left leg goes down, long and straight if you can. The knee or extended leg goes left. And again, you can take a little bit of the two. Just for variation, they both give different sensations and openings for the body. Make sure you continue to breathe as we practice today with awareness, noticing each breath as it happens. Unravel, knees into the belly. Giving yourself a squeeze. Check in with the lower spine and legs. See if there has been any change. So from this ball shape, we're going to flatten out and open the knees a little bit here. Using the hands to hold onto the knees or wrapping the arms around the knees to pull the thighs to the outer edges of the rib cage, right and left. Right for right, left for left. It's like a preparation for a happy baby, because that's what's coming next. So our right leg will take half of the baby. Foot up above the knee. Left leg will let go down, either bent leg or all the way straight. If you're working straight leg, make sure that you're pressing right knee down to the earth. And also left knee down to the earth. So left knee is with the straight leg, my English. Bent leg is the happy baby, pulling the knee to the earth. Right leg, extend right. Big stretch here. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Release, knees back into the belly. Again, notice right side, left side. So again, we open up the knees, wrap the arms around, and squeeze the thighs to the rib cage outer edges. Right for right, left for left. So we have our left leg moving up to the half baby and the right leg moving down to the earth straight if you can. So both knees moving down to help with the stretch through the pelvis, the hips. Left leg, extend left, big stretch here. Hold the stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Knees back into the belly, big squeeze. Check in with right side, left side. Coming up from here, catch behind the knees, give yourself a rock up. 2 straight legs. Reaching nice and tall up. Just to check in, and then exhale from the pelvis, start to fold forward. See if you can catch the toes. Maybe it's a wrap around the big toe. Catch all the toes, align the feet, Paschimottanasana. Flat back, lengthen even more, pull the belly in, and slowly start to soften over the legs. For those who happen to have a block, you can take it on the bottoms of the feet and pull back into the legs with your block to help align the legs. I feel this all the way into my right hip, which tells me my right leg. needs something. I was hoping it would resolve itself, but not sure. All right. Inhale, we pick up the chest, cross legs. We'll shift into a box pose. Boxes, hands, and knees. So we'll bring our knees together in the back, just one point. We're going to take our right knee, pull into the belly, take a big circle out, stack the hips. So see if you can feel waistline rotating. Leave the shoulders facing down, leave the hands pressing down into the earth. Spread the fingers out. Make sure that your foot is relaxed, the left one on the earth, top of the foot. Right knee, right armpit. Inhale, come high in if you can, and then let the foot drop outside of the hand, push the hips forward. So as you should notice is I can't move my hips any more forward. If that's the case, you're in as far forward of a stretch as you can be. Second thing to look is at the foot in the front with the knee. The foot should be flat. The knee mostly straight on top of the ankle, not forward past the toes. Stay here. If you happen to have a mirror, you'll notice a straight line from right knee through the pelvis to the left. This is what we're trying to get to, I should say, is this shape. So the back leg, hip flexor, getting a big stretch. Front leg, glute, ham, strings, getting a stretch. Spine, trying to keep flat in line with my right thigh. All right, front leg extend. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Flex the foot up so that the calf can get a stretch. Maybe the elbows come down to the earth. You can use blocks here if you need to. For the hands, blocks are extension of your hands and arms. You can take any edge of the block. And bend back into the knee, shift back forward. From here, a back leg, we're going to just bend. I call it a tail, so bend your tail up. Don't help it, just bend it. See what your body can do without the assistance of your hands. You can check in with your hips. You may notice that left side tries to dip down. Try to stay a little balanced there. Square up. So let's see if we have any extra space back here in the leg. So my left leg is bent. My right arm is going to reach up and back to catch it. Pull foot to hip. Nice stretch there. It's a big stretch. The closer you pull the foot to your hip, of course, the more stretch you're going to feel. But don't simply just hold on to the foot, right? Move it a little towards your hip just to feel something. It's going to be a strong stretch because it's hip flexors or quadriceps. They're very strong. They help us move very fast when we have to with our feet and legs. They are our strength muscles, very strong. Inhale, we release. Exhale, hands back down to the earth. Extend your left leg, release the tail. From here, we let the hips come back. Extend, right leg right. So my right leg is extended with the foot flat, toes are pointing forward, just like my head is pointing forward. Flat spine, pull the belly in. Here, we will take twist. Left hand underneath the heart in line with your spine. The right arm will reach up in the sky. So this twist is going to be fairly open, right? My hips are not closed, so I can continue to reach even further behind me here. Keep expanding the chest, pressing into the earth, opening up the shoulders and reach. It's not just put the arm up in the sky. There's intention with putting the arm up in the sky. Opening chest, reaching as far away as you can. Then right arm, drop behind the back, catch the inner thigh of the left leg. Neck twist, spine twist, shoulder space. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, let go. and back down to the earth. Exhale, take breath. Let the hips fall back to the foot. And let your right leg externally rotate. That's knee up, toes up. Yeah, fold forward. Two more breaths. Getting ready to move, we come back up, inhale, rise up to knee and foot again. And we're going to continue to go forward to the belly. Right leg is going to take the shape of half of a frog split. So we go forward, bend leg. So if we check in with the leg, it's 3 90-degree angles. Yeah, hip, knee, ankle, right? Or you can think of it as two sides of a box with the shin bone, thigh bone. And then rest head first. So we can start with tail, bend. So left leg is still at the tail. Just give it a bend, see what you notice. Does anything shift? Does anything move? Elbows underneath the shoulders. Next place. Now you should feel something. The front of the body is pulling up, starting to stretch. Yeah. You might feel the lower back, right? Somewhere along the same side as the leg that's extended to the side. Just relax, just relax, just relax. Now, for those of you who have a little bit more space in your body, you take the spine as high up as you can. Take your cobra spine. Plant the hands, inhale, rise up. Big stretch here. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release your tail. Maybe come up a little bit higher. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come all the way down to the back. So since we're here on the belly, we're going to bring in a stretch for the left arm, chest, and shoulder. So extend your left arm to the left of your shoulder. Plant the right hand and open up to chest and shoulder stretch here. Right? So my left arm is behind my body with the palm flat. Right arm is free. I can reach up in the sky. I can reach to the back of the room. I can let the arm drop behind my back. But my head is lifted here. So you can let it drop down to the earth because you want to be relaxed. But for those of you who might notice you have something in the neck, you might feel better keeping the muscles activated. I'm going to use my block as a pillow for my head. Blocks are very good tools to have in your yoga practice. And just stay here. You'll also notice getting the head out of the way, you get more stretch in the chest and shoulder. You can twist more, let the hips fall back. Maybe drop the feet to the floor, point the knees up. This is a very big twist. Hold 3. Ooh, I feel it. 2. And 1. Start to unravel onto the belly. Move the block off to the side. 2 straight legs, plant the hands. Find your snake pose or cobra, low or high. Low is just lifting the chest up, letting the hands ground or don't ground. High is all the way up. Adding the whole rest of the front of the body is drop the head back. Hold here. Energy in the legs, pointed feet. 3, 2, 1. Tuck chin. Move through cat spine or rounded spine. I'm pressing into the earth so my shoulder blades move away from each other. And then set the hips all the way back to the feet. Reach the arms forward. Child's pose. Take pause. All right, so that's one side. We have the other side to do, of course. So for this one, I'm going to turn and face the other one. So that might confuse some of you. If that's the case, of course, turn around and face the same direction as me. Okay, so when you're ready, let's come up into our box pose, hands and knees. And it's the same as before. We're going to bring our knees together 1 point in the back. Left knee is inhale into the belly, big circle out, and stack. Stay right here. So keep the shoulders facing down, pressing down into the earth. Let the waistline do the twisting to get the hip, left hip on top of right. Hold here. 3, 2, and 1. Knee high. Come in to armpit tap. Foot outside. Hips push forward. Walk the hands. And here we are again. So, same things. First check in, can my hips go any more forward? If the answer is no, then you are as far forward as you can be in the stretch for today. Then we check in with the knee, shin, ankle. Make sure they're right on top of each other. Toes are also pointing forward. Make sure that's something. Then also, if you happen to have a mirror, we have a straight line here. Although I feel like my straight line might be not as straight today. I don't know. Left knee through the thighs to the back knee on the earth. This is the position we're trying to get. There's lots of straight lines, especially in yoga. And then our spine is in line with the thigh. All right. So front leg. Extend. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Flex the toes up. So here, again, you can use the blocks, extension of the arms. You can come up to the fingers, you can drop to the hands, you can come down to the elbows, you can reach and bring it down to the head. It's whatever your body can do right now. Okay? It's one practice at a time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So don't push yourself someplace where your body is not ready to go yet. Always moving with awareness. One more breath. All right, here we go. Inhale, we pick up the chest. If you're down, and exhale back forward with the hips. So next is the tail bend, back leg. We bend and point the tail up in the sky. And then we check in what just happened. When you bend your tail, did you notice some shifting? All right? Did your right hip start to dip down? Try to be square off the hip. You can tell on this side, my right side hip flexor, which has always been a thing, is a little tight. Feels awkward to me. And then I have my left hip that's also doing something a little awkward. Again, we just notice there's nothing we can do about it for right now. We just observe in the practice what shows up in the body and just let it be what it is. All right, so we're going to help our tail, catch it, left arm up and back, reach back and catch the tail. So again, just don't simply make the bind, right? This is really not serving much in terms of finding space in the body. Sure, you connect the circle, but let's bring the foot to the hip. And even just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. That's a fantastic stretch. Inhale, we let go. Hands down, left leg left, so hips go back, and we stretch the left leg to the left. So hands are on the earth, still with the fingers spread wide. Spine is flat. The left leg, foot is flat, toes forward, same direction as my head and your head. So from here, we're going to twist. So now it's right hand underneath the heart. in line with the spine. So when we twist, we're spinning down the center of our body, which is what we should be doing, at least today. Present to the earth and extend the arm up, eyes up. Then from here, this is a very open twist, so you probably have more room to reach, so go ahead and reach. Reach as far as your arm, shoulder, waistline will go, right? As long as the back is mostly flat and it feels good, you're in a good place. Make sure that you are breathing. And then from here, we can let the arm drop behind the back, catch the inner thigh of the right leg. Neck twist, spine twist, shoulder space. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we release. Exhale, back down to the earth. Take breath. We send the hips back. Let your left leg externally rotate, knee up, toes up, and forward fold. One more breath. Inhale, we pick up the chest, coming back to knee and foot flat. We come forward to the belly and let our left leg find half the frog. So remember, 3 90-degree angles. Hip, knee, ankle, foot flexed, toes moving up towards the knee. Or you could think of it as 2 sides of a box with the bones, shin bone and thigh bone. And then we lie flat first. Just check in with the shape. Your right leg should be straight behind your hip too. So our right leg tail, give it a bend, start there. What do you notice? I notice my hip pick up a little bit higher. It's my stronger thigh, so there's that. A little bit more muscle there maybe. So then we start with the elbows underneath the shoulders. And palms flat, no fists. Fists say something, right? Just put the palms flat, be relaxed. So here when you pick up the chest, you notice, okay, front of the body's coming up. So I feel a little stretch going on there, but you probably notice the lower back first off. And interestingly enough, I noticed the same side as I did last time, which tells me I might need a little adjustment in my hips or some extra stretch in my hips, something. So if you have more to give for this pose, we come up taller, plant the hands and rise up. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Release the tail, stay up, see if you can come up taller. Bring the hands back, lift higher. You can drop the head back, add the rest of the body stretching. 3, 2, 1. Release all the way back down. We have our right arm. Extend to the right with the palm flat. Push open here for twist. So same as before. The right arm is behind my body with the fingers pointing towards the wall, right? Left arm, I can drop behind the back, I can reach, I can do all kinds of things here. Now the head and the neck. If it feels okay, let it fall down, right? But if something is happening in the neck, stay active then. Just keep the neck neutral unless you have something to use as a pillow. And I'm going to grab my block. Pillow for my head. And again, blocks are very useful tools. Getting my head out of the way, I can get more stretch, chest and shoulder, and I should say my head out of the way in a relaxed position. Here, the block is supporting my head, so my neck muscles that hold the head up are relaxed. There's a difference. And because of that, I can open up easier and twist, which is happening here, and in the space of the chest and shoulder. So just find your version and hold here. Ooh, big stretch. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the legs. Release the block if you have one. Back onto the belly for high cobra. And you can take low cobra if you need. For low cobra, plant hands, just lift chest up. Right? Active upper back or active back extensors. You can even hover the hands, right? More active. Come up taller. Inhale, rise up. Head back. Active legs all the way through the toes. Tuck chin. Press into the earth. Move through your cat spine. Shoulder blades moving away from each other. I'm pressing into the earth. Hips all the way back to your feet. Child's pose. Take rest. Okay. So that was left side on here. So we're going to shift back around. Here I am again. I'm moving to the other side. We're going to find our first downward facing dog. So we come up to box, tuck the toes, take breath, and send the hips up. So heels are trying to press down into the earth. I'm pressing my hands into the earth. Still with the fingers spread. Belly's in. So just to check in with alignment, let's inhale, come forward, find plank pose. So when you come into plank, you shouldn't have to change, rearrange hands or rearrange feet. They should be able to be one to the other. So come back, find your downward facing dog. Don't adjust feet and hands unless you're finding your alignment for the two. Come again, inhale, forward plank. And also, if you notice, I'm moving through a cat spine to come forward into plank. That means I'm keeping my belly active and shift back downward facing up. We'll take a couple more. Inhale forward. Pull the belly up to the spine. Pressing into the earth. Blink. And back. Again, inhale forward. Plank. And very nice. Nice. So from here, we're going to activate some calves and let the heels come up nice and high. Heels high. As high as you can get. So it's a big stretch for the toes, big stretch for the bottom of the feet. Exhale, bend into the knees, let the knees come all the way down. So here I'm sitting some energy back into my feet. Reaching the arms forward, so I'm folding on top of the thighs as they are. Dropping the forehead down to the earth and the crown of the nose. So this is a nice glute, hamstring stretch. Also spine stretch, shoulder stretch. So try to keep the arms super straight from the shoulders. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Plant the hands. Exhale, sit back. Extend legs. Downward facing up. Let's take that again. Inhale, heels up as high as they'll go. Stretching at the bottom of the foot, active front of the foot. Exhale, bend. Let the knees come down. Set the hips back into the heels. Extend the arms forward. Forehead down, crown of the head, or crown of the nose down. Touch earth. Super straight arms. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Pull hands back. Exhale. Let's take one more. Inhale back. downward facing dog. Release the breath. Exhale. Up we go. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Hips back. Sit back. Reach forward. Fold, fold, fold. Forehead, crown of nose. Super straight arms. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, place hands. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. So again, we go. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend. But this time, just parallel to the earth, moving forward. We walk. Right foot, left foot. Take breath. And fold. And again, you can bring in your blocks for the hands if you need help to find the earth. Soften the knees, rise up chair, inhale chair pose. Eyes up at the hands and thumbs. Exhale up. From up, we interlace the fingers. Push the palms up to the sky. And start to take back bend here. Expand the ribs, reach the arms behind the ears, and let the head fall back with the arms. Feel the big stretch of the front of the body. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms. Samasthiti. Right leg. Inhale, soften right leg, step back, exhale. Turn around. So now I'm facing the back of the mat. Right foot is pointing to the back of the mat. Left foot to the side, triangle pose. For those who know. Arms parallel to the earth, hips are kicking back. Belly in, nice and tall. Extend from the waistline forward. Inhale, triangle pose. Exhale. Slide in if you like. Blocks are good here too. Extension of the hands and arms. Eyes up at the top hand. Pull the belly in. If you're really proficient in this pose, you'll take peace fingers to big toe in the front and start to lift up away. And there comes the challenge for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up, reach back. So right arm is reaching back. I'm keeping the right side of my body facing the back of the mat, or the space towards the back of the mat. I want my ribs to expand. And just keep sliding back. Just see what's going to show up here. As long as it feels good, stay there. Inhale, come up. Arms parallel. Exhale, spiral the front foot. So the hands split the front foot, which is the right foot. Back heel comes up. Sink into the hips. Leave the tail as the back leg long. Front leg bent. So we stay in this part of the pose, which is the big stretch of the hips. Hip flexor in the back, glute hams in the front. And again, blocks, extension of the arms if you need to. Front leg, extend. Inhale, extend. Reach far away if you have it. Fold on top, hold. 3, pull the belly up. 2, and 1. Keep the legs long, pull the hands back. Try to find balance. Lift the right arm off the earth. Then from there, catch the waist if you can. Bring the right shoulder up towards the sky. So now we start to shift the eye gaze up towards the sky. There it starts to become more challenging. Reach the right arm up. What does that feel like? Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand down, back into the right knee. Shift down to back knee. Hands up to thigh and knee. Here's that same straight line stretch here. So what we're going to do is help the hips stretch. So the hands catch the back of the hips, right? Pushing a little forward, lengthening everything else up. Long spine. Expand ribs and shift back. The big stretch. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Come back for a moment. Take a little fold over the front leg. Take pause. All right, one more stretch here. Pick up the chest, interlace the fingers, push out the palms, and again behind the ears, expand the ribs, and see where you can go. Long and long, hips go one way, spine the other. 3, 2, 1. Again, take fold over the front leg. Back leg tuck under the toes. We'll pick up the knee and start to walk to the center of the two legs. So you just pivot the feet so the toes are pointing the same direction as your head. Here, take breath. Let the arms drop down to the earth. Head comes down to the earth. You can make it relaxed here if you like, or more active. So to bring and make it more active, we'll let the hands move behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Press into the palms. Shoulder blades come together, and the arms touch the earth. There we go. Hands on the earth. Flat back, breathe. Catch waist. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we close the door. Feet come together, hands by the side. Take a moment. Close the eyes and mount it. Notice the weeble wobble of the body, trying to find balance, especially if you have carpet underneath the feet or a less hard surface. I feel very spongy here. I have a very thin business carpet, but I'm standing on 2 mats. So it's definitely a little challenge for the body to try to find balance, which is good. So from here, eyes open, inhale, reach up. Exhale, take fold all the way down. Inhale, we pick up the chest. Exhale, hands in front, step out wide again. Turning to our right leg, which is the back of the mat. We're going to step back, downward facing dog. So now my head is staring at the back of the mat. So I've changed directions here. So again, we start with our feet. Heels up, inhale, rise. Exhale, bend, 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 bend. We let the hips sink back, the knees drop down. We slide forward, super straight arms, forehead, bridge of nose. Stay. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, adjust hands. Come back up with the legs. Downward facing up. We go up again. Inhale, up with the heels. Exhale, bend. All the way down to the knees. Reach the arms forward. Slide, slide, slide. Drop down, sitting back on your hips. Hips towards heels. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, adjust hands. Inhale, extend legs. Exhale, release breath. Again. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Knees down, reach. 3, 2, And one, inhale, pick up. Exhale, adjust. Inhale, extend legs. Exhale, release breath. One more to move forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Eyes up. Don't sit. Knees. Walk it forward. Take breath. Fold. Soften the knees. Inhale, come up, chair. Eyes up at the hands. Exhale, up. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms up to the sky. Start to expand the chest. Hands move back behind the ears. Drop the head back too. Feel the expansion of the rib cage. Super straight arms. Big stretch. 3, 2, 1. Namaste. We take breath. Exhale, left leg. Steps back. And we turn all the way around. So triangle pose again. Hips down, kicking to the back of the mat. Left foot reaching to the front. Extend from the waistline forward. Inhale, take your pose. Exhale, slide in. Lots of straight lines. Again, if you're very proficient, reach for a big toe, pull up. It's very challenging. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up, lean back. So the left side of my body is going to stay facing the front of my mat or the space forward. Keep lengthening and opening. Slide down the leg. Strong legs. Activate the quadriceps if you need more help with balance. Feet grounded into the earth. Inhale, come up. Exhale, spiral the front foot. So hands split the front foot. Back heel comes up. I sit the hips sinking down. I leave my tail long in the back. So here's the stretch of the lunge. Nice breath. All right, front leg. Prepare to stretch. Inhale, extend the front leg. Flex the foot up. Again, blocks are always good to have. Reach far away and fold if you can. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we pick up. Exhale, hands on the earth. So here we start to balance. We try to balance. Make sure the hips are square. Pull the belly up. So left hand, take it off the earth. Left hand, touch waist. Find your focus. Left shoulder up. Eyes up. And reach. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down to the earth. Bend into both knees. Come down. Release the foot in the back. Okay, we come up. So here we help the stretch of the hips by giving it a little resistance forward, pushing forward. So the hands are behind the hips. Push forward in the hips. Lengthen the spine up and back. Shoulder blades are squeezing. Head is falling back. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Fold over the front leg. It's a good stretch. Okay, so we add the arms. Interlace the fingers in front. Push out, up. So again, same spine. Hips are going forward, length up out of the spine, arms behind the ears, head falls back. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Hands come down, take fold. All right. Left hand. Inside of left foot, back foot tuck under. Unravel to center. Center is wide legs, little pivot to your right. So now my toes and crown of the head are all pointing forward. We take breath and drop down. So same as before, you can make this resting. You can be more active. You can catch the legs and pull through if that's something you can do. I'm just going for maximum stretch capability. So I'm reaching for the heels on the outside and using my arms, biceps, and upper back to help pull my torso through my legs so my spine is straight up and down underneath the hips. So I'm shifting some weight forward too to make that happen. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Hands on the earth, we take breath. Catch waist. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we close the door. Feet come together. Samastahiti. Take prayer hands. Mountain. Close the eyes. Pause. Pull the belly in. Help support yourself if you notice you're very wobbly. Inhale, eyes open, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pick up, chest. Exhale, step up. So from here, I walk towards right leg, left leg, left leg, left leg, left leg. Bring it to the knee, release plank. This time, breath in plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, rise up. Nice back bend. Exhale, back. Child's pose. Any manner of child's pose is good. I'm going to take a full rock. Legs together, rounded spine. Release the arms. So we come down to sitting. And we can face each other, of course. So let's take our legs out. And take a little lean back. And then externally rotate your legs and see if your toes come down to the earth. And then the right leg will pull the heel, sliding the baby toe on the earth in. And from there, we can help the leg come up. And then we'll do the same thing with the left one. Slide in, bend, keeping the heel and the baby toe connected to the earth. And then we help the left leg come up. Whew. And then we sit up. Now, of course, if left leg's not happy, mine's not happy. We're going to let it come down. I'm going to take half the lotus. Left leg not happy. So the eyes are closed. We're observing how we feel right now in this moment. So if you are still with me, The next pose to come into is our final pose, which is back to resting, back to lying down in Shavasana all the way flat. So start to make your way down. Back of the body connected to the earth. Just like before. Yeah, extended and down. I'm going to stay seated. And I'm going to stay seated in Sukhasana. My left knee is not happy lately. Happens. So as we find this final pose of stillness, we check back in. How do we feel now after practice? What is new, what is gone, and what still remains in the mind, in the body? It's always good to check in before and after to see how each practice serves us on that day with that body and that mind. Every practice is different. Even if you're taking a practice that is the same poses every time that you find them out, you will always have a different body and a different mind. So just some words for thought as you carry on for the rest of this week, or as long as you can remember the words. We have an ultimate practice of ahimsa with yoga. Ahimsa is peace, unconditional love, loving kindness for all living things. Outwardly is ahimsa, but don't forget you matter too. So take ahimsa inwardly as well. Notice how you are supporting your mind, your body, your health, sleeping patterns, all patterns that you take throughout the day, the words coming into your mind, all of these things matter. Check in with yourself daily. How are you? Daily. Notice all these moments every single day. Before you know it, if you just let things do or events happen, you'll lose yourself along the way. You'll move into different roles, especially if you are a householder. Assuming if you are here watching me, you are probably a householder and not a yoga monk because you have internet connection. So because of that, marriage, kids, work, career, age, time, all these things happen, right? It's inevitable. But how you approach these things is not inevitable. That's where you have options. You can stay with your life every single moment, still having the external, which is your family, your children. I, myself, have a 2.5-year-old boy, very active. Some of you know Mr. Henry. So I understand. Time goes on. Just make sure you spend as much moments as you can in the present moment with yourself. You matter, each of you. The more kindness you show yourself, it only seeps through and out to all those around you. The more you shine, everybody in your world will shine with you. Until next time. Good to see you all. I'll check in with any notes if there are there to read. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, Amen. Namaste.